Vehbi Baysan is an associate professor of history at Ibn Haldun University, and he joins us live now from here in Istanbul. Professor, it's really good to have you on the program. Now, Turkey and Egypt, they're both geopolitically important countries in the region. How will the normalization of ties benefit the two sides?
Well, massively. I mean, we're talking about two major countries in the region that can contribute for the peace and prosperity in the region. So, of course, now it seems two countries are getting ever more than ready to forget what had happened in the past and just move on, because it's going to contribute to the mutual benefit, not only the citizens of these countries, but as I say, always emphasize to the regional peace and prosperity. So I'm very hopeful on that, and hopefully soon the more and bigger steps will be taken, and other than the appointing ambassadors, but we should say that both countries appointed, they're one of the most experienced ambassadors, and I'm sure they will work day and night and very hard to normalize relations and to take it further into more cooperational level, where the two countries, I'm sure, will have a lot to learn from each other. And also, let's think about it that the population of these countries are quite intellectual level of it is quite high. So I'm sure we'll go back to old good days, because the relations were just probably a more than a friendship. But if we look at it for a centuries old mutual benefits and cooperation, so these are the days probably waiting to see between the two countries.
They still have differences, however, like their stance on the Muslim Brotherhood, for example. How do you think they're going to address those issues? Or do you think that they're at the point where they're putting their differences aside and just they're going to purely focus on the benefits that you've mentioned?
Well, quite rightly, the international community, the experts in the region highlight that issue, the Muslim Brotherhood. Yes, Turkey's stance at the beginning was quite clear, because Turkey suffered, as you know very well, enormously from the military coups, military takeovers in 1960, 1971, 1980. I think Turkey was emphasizing that point. Now, Brotherhood obviously won the elections, and then things happened in Egypt. Now, Turkey considers was internal affairs, but Muslim Brotherhood is not in their all powerful days. So even Turkey, I mean, just I think not abandoning these policies, but I think they're thinking now more for a mutual benefit, and the steps can be taken further in the region. Therefore, I don't think Muslim Brotherhood will be contributing significantly into the differences. But I'm sure there are much more challenges, regional challenges and policy differences that will be, I think, soon tackled, and both countries will resolve.
Right, and Erdogan has shifted his focus in foreign policy for the last 2 years or so, with him taking steps in normalizing relations with various countries in the region, Egypt being one of them, for example. How has this strengthened Turkey's position in the international arena, do you think?
Well, Turkey's position is clear in the beginning, but probably what had happened that the very fast changing and growing challenges in the region contributed to the like this negativeness between Turkey's relation in the countries in the Middle East. Now, if we look at it, Turkey always played a pivotal role, and as like a mediator between countries in at times of crisis. Turkey preserves this position. Turkey actually, in my opinion, more than happy to reserve that position to contribute to the people of the region. Because let's remember, during the Ottoman times, 650 years, we lived together. It's the coexistence and respecting each other's traditions as well as the culture. So Turkey is going back to that role. Probably politically is going to more neutralize the relations, but it seems Turkey's stance now, as the president, I mean, kind of went to Qatar and shaking hands with President Sisi, was a big step and always welcomed by the international community. So I think this is going to continue, and international community is like anxiously waiting to see the results.
Indeed. Professor Vehbi Baysan, thank you so much for being with us here on the NewsHour and sharing that insight with us.